This is like your astrology 101.
Yeah,
By the
exactly.
time we leave here, you are going to be an astrologer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I fully admit I do not know a lot about astrology.
You don't need to know.
I do believe in it, though.
Really?
Like, it makes sense to me. Hi, Aliza. I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. I'm Aliza.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you think fire sign means in astrology?
It's something to do with the sun.
It could be. Yeah, so there's 3 fire signs. There are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And these are the fire signs. We also have water signs, which is like the Scorpio moon. We have air signs, and then we have earth signs. So there are 4 elements in astrology.
Okay.
This is like your astrology 101.
I do believe in it, though.
Really?
Yeah, because I understand that, there's gravitational pull from planets and tides and all sorts of things like that. So how would that not affect you in some way, when you're developing and all of that and being born, right?
Yes.
So I believe in it.
If you were to define Mercury retrograde based on what other people say, how would you define it?
Well, it's, just going from memory from the last few times it's happened, it's always been like if everything's kind of topsy-turvy and things are weird and people maybe are not getting along or bad things are happening or whatever, it's always, people can always sort of conveniently say, oh, no, it's not my fault, it's Mercury's in retrograde.
That's exactly it.
A good excuse.
It's a great excuse.
For bad behavior. Yeah.
So you get 3 weeks, 4 times a year, when you can blame all of your disasters on Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, I love that. I've got some stuff I can blame on something else.
Perfect. Mercury is the planet of communication.
Oh, okay.
So it's really like interpersonal relationships, contracts, and then it also rules things like traffic and machinery and electronics.
Okay, that's so random events. That not even
inconveniences.
Yeah, random inconveniences.
Random inconveniences are the stuff of Mercury retrograde.
Oh, that's good. And that's nice because then, when you lose your passport, it's not your fault anymore.
Exactly. What do you think the difference is between a new moon and a full moon? Is it the top of the month or something like that? Or? So this is, when you are up in the country, you are going to really know now, because during a new moon, there is no nocturnal illumination.
Interestingly enough, I live in one of the dark sky areas.
Really?
Yeah, possibly one of the more dark sky areas in the world. And I actually just recently, talk about being psychic, maybe I knew this was going to happen, we were going to have this conversation, but I just recently took a picture of the blue moon, the full moon, with my telephoto lens, and actually sent it to Drew, because we were chatting about it, and I sent her this picture.
Wow!
So that's kind of weird, a coincidence, right? Actually,
I say a thing called there are no coincidences.
Exactly, yeah.
So this is one of those.
Very interesting.
Not a coincidence.
So that was a blue moon.
Yes, so a blue moon happens when there's 2 full moons in the same zodiac sign.
Okay.
So we had one during Leo season, actually. We had a full moon at the beginning of Leo season and a full moon at the end of Leo season, so that second one is called a blue moon.
Oh, okay.
So that's during a full moon when you have total visibility. A new moon is at the beginning of a lunar cycle, and it's when the sky is completely dark. So it's an amazing time for stargazing, it's an amazing time for reflecting, for sort of internal processing, because during a full moon you have light shining on everything, so you can see things clearly.
If you go on my Instagram, you can see the blue moon, and then you can also see these really amazing night astral photography shots from the dark sky in the country where I live. So.
Wow, have you been spotting Jupiter and Saturn?
I have. I just didn't know which ones they were. No, I've been meaning to get. I haven't gotten around. I have done this before, but actually I haven't gotten around to this at my new place to get out the star chart.
If the moon is in Aquarius and you look up, you can see Jupiter and you can see Saturn because they're both in Aquarius next to it. So during like a nice full moon, you'll be able to see both of them.
And what's that mean? The age of Aquarius?
So we just entered that.
Yeah.
Now.
Just now?
Just now, not in the 70s, believe it or not. They jumped the gun a little bit.
So that wasn't even, so that whole...
They were excited.
The song and everything?
Well, they were a little ahead of the time.
Started celebrating a few decades too early.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Tom, did you learn anything new?
I think I did. Actually, with some good information. I'm happy to have learned it. I did not know I was a Scorpio moon as well as a Leo, which is going to be nice to tell people that. It kind of explains a lot when you talked about sort of the yin and yang of my personality. I was always sort of a little bit confused by the Leo character traits that were didn't fully encapsulate who I am. So that's nice to know. Thank you so much.
This has been so productive.